Ever wondered why your boss give you free coffee, flexible hours, or even a cozy break room? What if I told you it all started nearly a century ago with a series of groundbreaking experiments that revolutionized how we think about work, productivity, and human connections? Welcome to the fascinating world of Hawthorne and the Hawthorne Experiments, the birthplace of human relations theory. In this video, we will uncover how these studies not only transform workplaces but also reveal the hidden power of social system dynamics at workplace. From their titanic contributions to modern management practices to the criticism they spark and their undeniable relevance in today's tech-driven world, we are diving deep into why understanding people is just as important as understanding profits. Stay tuned. Before we talk about the Hawthorne experiments, let's set the stage. Back in the early 20th century, workplaces were all about efficiency. Think of factories with strict rules, long hours, and workers treated like machines. Theories like scientific management, which has been discussed in the previous videos, focused on maximizing productivity through better tools, processes, and incentives. But here's the thing, they completely ignored the human element. Then came Hawthorne and his team, who flipped the script. They realized that people aren't just motivated by money or working conditions. Social and psychological factors like feeling valued, being a part of a team, and having a supportive supervisors play a crucial role in job satisfaction and performance. This shift in thinking gave birth to human relation approach to management. So the turning point in management research began in November 1924 when a group of Harvard Business School professors, including Hawthorne, often called the father of human relation theory, teamed up with the company representative William Dixon. Their mission to understand how workplace conditions influenced productivity at the Hawthorne plant of Western Electric Company situated in Chicago. At first, the experiments focused on physical conditions like lighting, temperature, rest breaks, and working hours because they wanted to see how these factors affect the workers' efficiency. But here is the twist. Productivity increased regardless of the change made to the physical conditions. Why? Because researchers realized that social and psychological factors like attention from supervisors and the sense of being valued were far more important than physical changes. Between 1924 and 1932, they conducted a series of groundbreaking experiments. Let's have a quick look over the series of experiments conducted by Hawthorne and his team. The first one was Illumination Experiment, which was conducted between 1924 to 1927. It was the first set of experiments aimed to determine how change in lighting condition affected worker productivity. The hypothesis was simple. Brighter light would lead to higher productivity and dimmer light would reduce it. But here's the surprise. Productivity increased whether the lighting was made brighter or dimmer, as long as workers knew they are being observed. This phenomenon became known as Hawthorne effect. The idea that people change their behavior when they know they are being watched. This unexpected finding shifted the focus of the study from the physical factors to the human emotions and social dynamics. It shows that the social factors matter more than the physical conditions. So, the next experiment was Relay Assembly Test Room. It was conducted between 1927 to 1928. After realizing the importance of social factors, researchers decided to explore how other workplace variables like working hours, rest breaks, and incentives affect productivity. And guess what? Productivity increased even when conditions that were initially thought to be beneficial, like longer breaks, were reversed. Why? Because workers performed better when they felt valued and enjoyed the spatial attention they received during the study. This phase highlighted the importance of group cohesion, supportive supervision, and employee recognition over material incentives or physical changes. Now, the third one was mass interview program, which was conducted between 1928 to 1930. Researchers wanted to dip deeper into workers' attitude, feelings, and perceptions about their jobs and work environment. Over 20,000 interviews were conducted, a huge number, right? Revealing that employees valued communication, recognition, and a sense of belongingness more than monetary rewards or physical comforts. Workers expressed dissatisfaction with rigid rules and lack of managerial support, emphasizing the need for empathetic leadership. This phase highlighted the importance of listening to employees and addressing their emotions and psychological needs. Now finally, fourth one was the bank wiring observation room. It was conducted between 1931 to 1932. Finally, researchers examined how informal group dynamics and peer pressure influence individual behavior and productivity in a natural work setting. What did they discover? They discovered that workers formed informal groups within their own unwritten rules and norms, which often conflicted with the official company policies. For example, workers resisted increasing their output beyond a certain level to avoid upsetting the group or setting unrealistic standards for others. This phase demonstrated the power of informal organizations within formal structure and influence of peer relationships on behavior. So, what did these experiments reveal? Let's break it down. First is social and psychological factors outweigh physical changes when it comes to productivity. Secondly, group dynamics and the teamwork plays a major role in performance. Additionally, managerial attention and engagement significantly boost morale. Further, the now famous Hawthorne effect. Employees work harder when they feel valued and observed. The Hawthorne Studies changed everything. Here is what businesses learned. Number 1. Social factors in productivity. Alton Muir described organization as a social system composed of informal groups, status, hierarchies, and workplace rituals. Now you will be thinking, what is informal groups? Informal groups are basically social structures that naturally form within an organization or workplace independent of formal organizational hierarchy. The findings also emphasize that non-economic rewards such as job satisfaction, career growth, and recognition play a crucial role in employee motivation. So here's a suggestion for corporates. They can reward their workers as Employee of the Week or Employee of the Month in order to motivate them. Second is group influence. Workers naturally form informal groups, as we have discussed, which may differ from official organizational hierarchies or structures. These groups influence behaviors, decision making, and productivity, making it essential for the management to consider group dynamics when implementing policies. Third most important, workplace conflicts. Conflicts can arise between the formal organizational structures and informal groups. If employees are unable to adapt to the workplace changes, tension may emerge. Managing these adjustments is critical to maintaining organizational harmony. So managers can counsel the employees to improve employee satisfaction. Fourth is leadership and employee engagement. Effective leadership fosters strong and motivated teams. The bank wiring experiment demonstrated the significance of informal leadership, revealing that managers who adopt a people-oriented approach build strong teams. So we have to recognize employees, support their growth, and involve them in decision making for better performances. Fifth is the role of supervisor. A supportive and attentive supervisory climate significantly improves productivity. So the managers should show genuine concern for their employees so that the workers feel more engaged and motivated to contribute. Sixth is power of communication. It's a very important tool. So, open communication fosters trust and collaboration, as we all know. That's why it's important to encourage employee participation in decision making, which will help us in addressing workplace challenges and improve job satisfaction. But let's not ignore the criticism. Some scholars argue that Hawthorne experiments overlooked external influences like labor union and economic conditions. They used an unrepresentative sample. The Hawthorne plant wasn't a typical workplace. Some argue that they treated workers as means to an end, focusing too much on productivity rather than well-being. Critics also say they emphasize social factor too much, neglecting financial incentives. And yes, the finding could potentially be manipulated by management to control employees slightly. Despite these criticisms, the human relation approach remains incredibly relevant today. Here's how companies are applying these insights. Employee-centric management. Organizations are using flexible work, mental health programs, and work-life balance initiatives. Second is team-based work structure. Collaborations, cross-functional teams, and open office spaces are very much common nowadays. Leadership development. Companies are training their managers to be supportive and people-oriented. Employee recognition and motivation. Appreciation programs, promotions, and workplace incentives are enhancing the job satisfaction and motivation among the employees. So, what we have learned, the human relation approach to management is not just about increasing efficiency. It's about understanding what truly motivates people. When business value employees, encourage teamwork, and promote open communication, they create an environment where both productivity and job satisfaction thrives. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more business insights. What's your take on the human relation approach? Let us know in the comment below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.